Trading is closed on July 19th, 2022. We always start with our disclaimer. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, July 20th, 2022. Remember, I can be wrong. Any trade you make should be at your own risk. Had some calls yesterday. Yesterday we had this collapse. Came up with a target for a higher price, 38.8423. Said it might not print, but it did. That's the red line. Look for the pattern with the early low. That's this. Tomorrow should have the early high. We said in spite of this big drop, we could have a rally right up to this prior consolidation. Looked kind of out of reach. We got there pretty quickly. We said yesterday's pattern was usually positive when it's negative instead. Should see lower prices even if they don't come immediately. So the only thing which would kill the idea would be to gap, promptly overtake this high, which I thought was kind of a stretch, but that's what happened. So that signal's killed. We did call for the higher target. We said the commonest thing was a gap, prompt move outside the day's range. Looked kind of out of reach, but we got it. Never know for certain about these things. MEJT gave an ultimate buy signal in the afternoon. It certainly worked. Said this drop is false. It's already retraced. Now says the rally's false. Gives us a target of 39.50 and 11. Unless we gap up smartly, that's my call for tomorrow. This is a Fibonacci grid of wave gray C. You can see the direct hit at 23.6. You can see the hit here at 38.2. And today's close is a hit at 50%, as well as hitting a declining 50-day moving average. It's resistance, but doesn't mean resistance has to hold. We had the target, we had good wave balance yesterday at the 78.6, where bracket C was 78.6% of bracket A. If this is the right count, and that's something we can't be certain of at this time, especially when you've retraced 50% of this wave black A, which is also resistance. If we get bracket C equal to bracket A, it's 39.59.32. If this is the right count, I think it's likely to print, but that doesn't guarantee it's the right count, doesn't guarantee it prints, and doesn't guarantee we stop there if it hits. Just 39.59 is the number I'm going to be looking at if we keep going up. Now it's possible to count the rally over the last week as 5 waves up in gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the fibs work. It's even possible to count today's move up as 5 waves. I have to tell you, I'm not really convinced by the whole thing. We had a great chance for a top yesterday. We invalidated it promptly. And even though these bottoms like this, a spike low, gap up, even though this gap tends to fill in at some time, it's pretty tough to stand in front of a strong move like this. We could stop here. There is resistance here. And if we just drop right from here, I can certainly explain it. But I'm less enthusiastic about the top here than I was yesterday. And the only call I'm really going to make for tomorrow, aside from the pattern with the early high, is that if we don't gap up smartly, we should see 39.50 and 11. Wednesday's pattern has the early high. We could still gap down. Typically, it's a rally day with a high in the final hour. Failure is a straight line drop. There's a lower MEJT target. Unless we gap up smartly, the rules say it prints. I can come up with a count saying the rally's over, but the count isn't all that convincing to me. There's a target near 39.59. I'm at this point not convinced the rally will end there even if we make it to that price. This was a pretty strong move today, even though I can count it as 5 waves up. It was a pretty strong move to resistance. Can still be rendered nugatory tomorrow if we gap down, promptly undercut this low. Anything's possible. I didn't think a rally like this was possible today. But for right now, all I'm going to say is tomorrow has the early high. It's usually a rally. Failure's a straight line drop. We don't gap up smartly, 39.15.11, and let's reassess the longer term picture after we see what happens tomorrow. Pattern has the early high, and that's today's call.